Shall we?
Let's live dangerously.
We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, January 31st. Welcome to Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1, and on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. I'm Aaron Mays, representing District 3. First item, please.
All kind of proclamations, presentations. A, presentation of Vail's quarterly report. Bill Persinger, CEO. Vail.
Morning, Commissioners. It's a pleasure to be here, staff and others. I am Bill Persinger. I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Vail Behavioral Health Care, serving Topeka and Shawnee County, and many of our partners are in the room. I have several board members to introduce. If I could start over here, Dick Klein, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then Verlisa, right on down.
Dick Klein.
Release the cradle.
Matt Coward.
Okay, if I'm missing anybody? I don't think so. I want to say a special thank you to you folks for funding mental health in our county. You're the cornerstone of what we do. And I want to focus today on a program we call the Mobile Access Partnership. If you've seen a 28 or 30-foot trailer going down the road with it's a mobile bathroom, shower, and laundry, and you go, what the heck? That's a program of Vallejo and its many partners in the MAP program, the Mobile Access Partnership. Stephanie set me up with all the electronics here, so I'm sure it's going to go real well in spite of my bumbling. You'll see the partners there, the core 5 that began the program close to a year ago in response to how can we better serve individuals who are unsheltered, homeless, other people on the street who may have a house to live in, but no heat, no utilities, no nothing. And so how can we serve people who are very highly at risk and people who have very little means, and how can we create better access than them coming to us? How do we find a way to take us to them? And if you heard me talk about mental health and addiction services before, just to be a little bit focused on mental health here for a minute, we've designed a lot of things at Vallejo, even before I got here, but particularly emphasis of my almost 6.5 years here, setting up services that people can almost trip on. I think you've got to put services in people's way. So whether that's at the jail under Director Cole's leadership, we appreciate that partnership, under a bridge, on a street corner, in a nursing home, a police station, our offices, of course, people's houses, where people work. We have scores of employers around the community that we work with, doing the main things that Vallejo tries to do: help people recover, find a job, find a house, reunite with family, and in some cases, stay alive. So, rescue mission, public health, Shawnee County Department of Health. I think our former health department director, Linda, is listening online. So, hi, Linda. And then Vallejo, of course, Stormont, Vail Health, and Topeka Police Department being represented for the behavioral health unit there. So I'm going to see if that clicks me forward. Uh-oh. Am I doing something wrong? Doesn't want to go. Uh-oh.
Call in the backup.
Maybe we froze. Yeah, call in the expert. While Stephanie's working on that, because it did work when we got here. I might invite you to flip to the paper I gave you. What is MAP? It's defined there. Oh, thank you so much. So it'll still go when I hit the arrow? Okay, super. Thanks. So if you heard about, nonprofit organizations like Vallejo, if you've heard about churches and other faith-based organizations working together, and if you've heard about government being a part of that, this is a true faith-based nonprofit government partnership. And when you add it all together, I don't know about anything like it around the country. Having said that, I didn't do research county by county, state by state, but I've just, in my mental health career that spans back to 1977, I have not heard of a program like this that provides the number of services out there mobile. It's if you heard of that phrase, one-stop shop, if you heard of expanding access, all those terms apply here. There's another definition, it's collaboration. You can see the partners there. So MAP operates on the street Tuesday and Thursday right now. There's a real quick, just to give you a quick picture for those that may not have heard about it. Think about an individual who is unsheltered, and think about a mobile unit that's a shower and a laundry facility and a bathroom, all with hot running water and all the amenities of home. Think about a 20-foot clothing trailer that a person can walk in and find clothing to wear, good clothing to wear. Think about a 38-foot hot food trailer that serves an individually prepared meal for an individual whose access to food we know is limited. In fact, we've been highlighted in the almost 2 years of the COVID that food insecurity is a major problem in our country, and we're just doing one little part to help address that. Think also more recently, and we haven't seen it roll out on the street yet, it's coming, a 58-foot motorhome that is a rolling full primary care clinic. And I think there's been some information out in the media that's Stormont Vail's primary care. Imagine all those facilities in one church parking lot accessible to people who are unsheltered and homeless. And we get those folks there by various means, and so we've worked all that out. There's just a quick picture of the partnership, up including GraceMed, who come to provide some dental services, and we've gotten some support from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment on testing and that kind of thing. And you can see the clothing and supply trailer. You can see the behavioral health unit supports our actions. Mobile primary care clinic, the Vallejo shower trailer, and the food pantry from the rescue mission. Just a quick diagrammic representation. We believe that MAP inspires hope. You can just read about that. The whole idea is to expand access and get in people's way and be out there where the people are. If somebody walks up and looks like they need help, we don't turn them away. We don't say, are you unsheltered? If they look like they need help, we provide help. We don't turn anybody away. There's some of our supporting partners. Doorstep, Hygienic Cleaner, Scotch. We have Street Dog Coalition helps us out with people's animals, folks who are unsheltered, homeless. They have a dog that needs attention. Their services provided. Of course, Salvation Army is good to us as well. In fact, we're using the Salvation Army site right now because we had to put our shower trailer away for the winter because it would freeze, and we can't antifreeze it overnight and thaw it out every day. So we've got the shower trailer offline till about April, but the other trailers do deploy. We do deploy at these MAP sites. We'll roll the trailer back out when the weather warms up. There's a picture of the trailer. It was a grant from the Kansas Housing Resources Corporation right here in town, right across the street and down. And at this site, Vallejo offers mental health assessments, and we can refer folks to services who may need help. Topeka Rescue Mission mobile unit gives you a picture inside and a picture of the wrap for the unit. There's another picture of the clothing trailer. Health Department's been very supportive in these ways and others. Always good folks to be able to turn to. There's a picture of the Stormont Vail mobile clinic. I say it's 58 foot. That's what I'm told. I forgot to double check the dimensions this morning, but kudos to the hospital and others, getting services upstream to people before they become a problem. You can see the services provided, including bilingual staff. And I do know that other than deploying with the other MAP trailers, I think the health trailer is going to deploy with us as a kind of a caravan, if you will, or a circle, or in one parking lot one day a week. I'm pretty sure that Stormont Vail Mobile Clinic will be at other sites during the week. I just don't know what that is standing here, but an outstanding contribution there. You can see the operation Monday, open Monday through Thursday. They'll cycle with us on Thursdays at MAP. There's a phone number there people can call. Topeka Police Department City ID program, you know, having an official ID provides dignity to people. There's a comment from Barry Feeker at the rescue mission. And, you know, photo of folks that we help. And there's a way to find out how to help. You can get a hold of Vallejo Rescue Mission, Stormont, Vail. Got an @ symbol, whatever that is. I forgot what that is. I don't, is that a Twitter page thing? We're also on Facebook. And then ways to get involved. Always looking for volunteers. Somebody asked the other day if they'd come help, and I said, yeah, I think we need somebody to clean the bathroom. And they were like, okay. So, you know, it's hard work, and we know a number of church members at various points that we have been, like Grace Point, you know, out there. That was their job, clean the bathroom. It's you know, you give 15, 20 showers a day, and that's a tough assignment right there. So we appreciate our church partners as well. And I think I can escape out of here. Commissioners, I also provided you with a paper copy and a brochure that we recently had finished, as well as some statistics that I did not have online. And you can see the total number of people served. I asked for an unduplicated count when we started running these data. It's 378 individuals as of about 10 or 11 days ago. The number of showers. When you see a number like 1,137 showers, those are instances of showers given, not number of people. So it is a duplicated count, but 378 individuals served. And with that, I'll stand for comments or questions. I just appreciate your support. We've cobbled together the funding for this thing, the rescue mission and others, kind of a little bit out of thin air. We've kind of been building the thing as it goes. I'd like to say that this was a result of months and months of careful management planning. But it was not. The opportunity presented itself, and we all jumped on it. The rescue mission, police department, everybody just jumped in. We began to build a thing, the ship, the airplane while it was flying. So I've been in support of the board over here, and others have appreciated the opportunity to get this program out in the community and help some folks. I'll stand for questions or comments.
Bill, I think this is a great program. Thanks to all the partners, including the health department, so our folks. And then I'm curious, how, if you are an unsheltered individual, how do you find out where this is going to be?
So the rescue mission and Vallejo both have folks on the street every day, and we know these individuals personally. We know their families, we know their assets. Behavioral health unit, formerly Josh Clam, Sergeant Clam, headed up that program, and now it's Matthew Rose, who, by the way, has recently been appointed to the governing board. Josh stepped down when his duties at the police department changed. So, you know, through those and other outlets, we know people, we know where they live, we know what their needs are. We've handed out bus tickets. Our case workers and others and folks from the rescue mission can go pick people up where they live and give them a ride personally if they need it. And so some have taken bicycles and walked, and so we've tried to place the map in strategic locations at churches where, you know, maybe people would have a little easier access to it. We tried a couple of locations, didn't work out real well, just kind of away from where people are, but small and large campsites and home sites for people are scattered all around the city and the county, and those do change from time to time. So we just got a network. We have managed, some folks have cell phones. Sometimes we can work to get them charged up, get them some temporary access. We've been able to provide through the Medicaid program some flip phones for people so we can text and tell them where it's at, or if they need a ride, they can get a hold of us. We just kind of got ourselves tentacled out in the community over many, many years, especially the last probably 4 or 5, where we've really been trying to work even closer with the rescue mission on the challenges of people who are unsheltered, homeless, other people at risk on the street. The co-responder program that we operate with the police department and sheriff's department, you know, puts, you know, 24-hour access to behavioral health in the hands of our law enforcement officers. So when they encounter somebody they need some help with, and vice versa, you know, we're able to get upstream, work early with that person and prevent a crisis. So there are a number of ways to get people over to the MAP sites. I might tell you too that one thing we've come up with recently is, I think it was about last September or so, we formed an extreme cold weather work group so that we could be prepared for another polar vortex. And in fact, New Year's Eve, I made a couple phone calls to staff. We got a hold of rescue mission. We got spooled up on the 1st of January. We deployed some staff out in the community and found 5 or 6 people who were in immediate peril. of not surviving, sub-zero winds and weather, and got them into motel rooms. And I know one of them's got a housing voucher now so that she can have a permanent place to live. I know of an individual, I probably can't say anymore without maybe revealing identity. This person has a very serious health problems and could not manage in the tent that they were in, and would have, we found, and of course, the cold is hard to endure for anybody, even those who are well prepared. And so over the rescue mission and others, we've tried to supply tents and coverings and try to get people up off the ground with floor, ground cover and things like that, and try to supply them with food and water. And we do clothing drives and those kinds of things. But so there are several things going on, Commissioner, kind of in and around MAP that make the whole thing, I think, work pretty well. Serving about 20 or 25 people a day at the Salvation Army site, where we can walk right in, get folks a shower. Before that, it was anywhere from 10 to 15, 25 people a day, kind of in that mid-teens, 14, 15 people a day during the summer. So we just hope to be able to keep MAP going. It sometimes operates on a wing and a prayer. So don't mind standing up here and admitting my own flaws as an administrator. So we just manage to, pull up funds from wherever we can and make them work. So.
Yeah. Any other questions for Bill? Commissioner Rippon?
Do we have kind of an estimate of how many homeless people we have at this point?
We do. I think the count that came out was, who can help me, was it 300? We have a point in time count in the first week of every January. I think a number around 300 came out. We estimate any given time from 250, 400 people, kind of depends. But 300, I think, is the number we're going on right now. I've been pretty consistent over the years. The other thing that happened, just because of the COVID, the rescue mission was not able to house a number of people every night that they were prior to the pandemic. And so that also created additional need. And in terms of cold weather responding and showers and supports. And so we've, made do with what we got, and the partnership works very, very well.
It appears we have another cold blast heading our way here
We do.
Wednesdays.
We do. I know that Barry has, standing protocol and standing orders for keeping people safe. I do too. I've instructed our staff who work out on the street every day, Kim and Teresa and others, that do the right thing and get people safe. Those are in peril, and we'll figure out the rest later. So when there's a fluid environment and a group of people in the community whose needs change all the time, you sometimes just can't set a thing in place and say this is the way it's going to be. You have to modify that thing all the time, and sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith. So,
Any other questions?
No, thank you, Bill.
appreciate
All
the
right.
time.
Thank you, Bill.
Y'all take care. I'm going to stick around for just a little bit if there are other questions or whatever. So I want to again thank our governing board members for attending, and they're available to you anytime.
Thank you all for attending. Next item, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
Okay, there are 2 items on the consent agenda.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, a motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business, A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay. Under voucher payments, there's one item I wanted to point out. It's under Equipment Fund and Information Technology, SHI International Corp., totaling $167,945.70 is for Nutanix virtualization platform. Our total vouchers for January 28th is $1,194,585.12. If there's no questions, I would move for approval.
I'll second. Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I would move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Department of Corrections, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-44-2022, a memorandum of understanding between Shawnee County Juvenile Detention Center and Haley Counseling Services to facilitate the Family Peace Initiative program which provides a trauma-informed psychoeducational group for male juveniles and a batterer intervention program at a cost of $12,800 to be paid from the inmate wellness account.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. This is just a renewal of an existing contract we do have with this agency of Halley and Counseling Services. This has been a evidence-based and a documented success for us at the Department of Corrections. That part of our accreditation is we do have to determine and identify those juveniles that come to us who are at risk for violence and/or to be victimized or been identified with trauma. This has been a good practice for us that helps us meet and exceed our expectations with our American Correctional Association, and to be able to provide quality services to break the cycle of reoffending. We're very supportive of this contract, and it is something that we're going to be moving towards into the adult detention center. We haven't quite got there yet. We're working on, how many this would impact and things like that. But this is a very good program, and we will pay for this out of the inmate wellness account that goes towards these services. And I'd be happy to stand for any questions you may have.
Any questions for Brian?
I'll move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, consider approval of request for authorization to develop specifications and solicit bids for inmate medical and mental health services within the adult and juvenile detention facilities for the Department of Corrections to begin on January 1 of 2023.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. And to stay in coordination with the philosophy and the commitment we have for Shawnee County and the Board of County Commissioners, that it is time for us to go ahead and submit, ask for approval to submit an RFP to be able to submit requests for medical and behavioral health care services at the Department of Corrections. Currently, we work with Corizon, who has done a very good job. This is no slight on them, but we're at the point where we're about the 5th year that we do this about every 5 years, and we know this is a very highly competitive market, but we think we need to do our due diligence both for our community, our taxpayers, and the inmates, and want to make sure that we're doing the best job we can, the most responsible. So I would stand for any questions you may have. We'll get that RFP out once approved, and then we'll bring back, we'll meet and form our committee and go that route and come back to the commission.
Okay. Any questions for Brian? Okay, I'll move for approval.
Second.
A motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item C, Facilities Management, number 1, consider approval of request to submit an RFQ for lawn care services at the Shawnee County Courthouse, J.P. Lewis Health Building, Van Sickle Health Building, and the Elections Office for the 2022 season.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelda Henning, Director of Facilities Management. As the clerk had said, this is to request for lawn care services in and around the courthouse and other buildings. The last contract had been for 5 years. So I felt it was time we take a look at it and see if we can get some better services. I'll stand for any questions.
Any questions for Nelda? All right, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nelda. Next item, please.
Item D, Solid Waste, number 1, consider authorization and execution of contract C-45-2022, an equipment lease agreement with Ice Masters for the lease of an ice machine in the Shawnee County North Annex at a cost of $716.76 per 6 months to be paid from the Shawnee County Solid Waste operational budget.
Good morning, Commissioner. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. This is a new contract with Ice Masters. It's actually an updated contract with the current pricing. We've had this contract going back all the way to 2012, but everybody's cost has gone up, so has theirs. So this is a new contract with a cost of $716.76 for per 6 months for ice machine rental for our use. Also, everybody up there at the North Annex uses it, the appraisers, public works, anybody that needs ice is down there in our common area. So and this will come out of my operational budget, which is 100% user fee funded with no tax dollars used, subject to your questions only.
Any questions?
No.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next
you.
item, please. Thank you, Bill.
Item E, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider approval of request to reject the bids for the remodel expansion to the men's restroom at the Invista softball complex and allow the department to rebid the project.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. Before you, we went down or out for bids on this project in the fall. We received 2 bids. However, only one met all of the minimum specifications, and it seemed a little high. So we'd like to rebid this, reject it, and rebid it, tweak our specs a little bit, and see if we can't get a better price. Be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions for Randy?
I do have one.
Yes, go ahead.
So, Randy, it's just a timing question. I know that the bid says, or the memorandum says that the action was approved on July the 19th, and 2 bids were received in September. Why is it that we're now in, almost February, where we're going to reject it? What happened between September and February?
We were analyzing the bids, and we at one time thought about going with the high, and we actually had a memo ready to do that. But then we kind of reevaluated and thought that it was higher than we expected, and debated a little bit longer, and that's where we're at now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions for Randy?
I'll move for approval of the request.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Randy.
Item E2, consider approval of request to reject the single bid for the repairs to the Gage Park train tracks and permission to rebid the project.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Director, Parks and Recreation Department. We want to reject another bid that we received. We did go out for bids to do some repairs to the train tracks, the mini train tracks, and the one single bid that we did receive was considerably higher than our estimate. So we'd like to reject that and go back out, tweak our specifications a little bit, and go back out for bid a second time. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
These repairs is this a lot of track replacement or just tie replacement?
It's a little bit of both. There's both involved in that, and I think, to be honest with you, because now we probably won't get this done before the season opens up. We'll probably need to go in and make we'll have to make some repairs ourselves before we open.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
At one point, we had talked about the expansion of the Gage Park mini train track, changing the course of it a little bit, expanding the track. Is that going to be put into this bid?
We've talked about putting that in as an alternate, including that as an option, because I think it's, quite honestly, I'd love to do that, but I think the issue that we'll run into is cost and how we'll fund that at this point. But considering adding it as an alternate.
I think that's a good idea, since we've already got that slated to do as part of our expansion of Gage
Yeah.
Park.
Any other questions? All right. Seeing none, I will move for approval. Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you, Tim. Next item, please.
Item E3, consider approval of request to utilize 2022 contingency funds totaling $35,146.63 for roof repairs or replacement to 10 facilities resulting in damage from a high wind event on December 15th, 2021.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Parks and Recreation. So back, as the clerk said, back on December 15th of last year, we had that windstorm, and we had 10 different facilities that sustained some level of roof damage. Of those 10, shelter number 4 at the lake and the Rowing Association building at the lake will be needing complete replacement. But we'd like to utilize contingency funds to do that, and we are working with the clerk's office to file the appropriate insurance information as well. So be happy to answer any questions.
Looks like Betty's got something to add.
Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. I'd just like to add that contingency would only be used for any expenses that are not covered by insurance.
Okay. Any questions?
Thank you, Betty.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Thanks,
you.
Tim. Next item, please.
Item F, Sheriff's Office, number 1, consider the reclassifications of the Communications Training Manager to a floor supervisor with no budgetary changes due to this reclassification.
Good morning, Commissioners. Danny Lotridge, Sheriff's Office. In 2019, we moved one of our full-time floor supervisors to this training manager position. During our ongoing restructure of dispatch, we've identified the need to move this employee back to a full-time floor supervisor. We are asking for your authorization to do so.
Okay, any questions? All right,
I'll move for approval.
Second.
motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Thanks,
Thank you.
Danny. Next item, please.
Item G, Commission number 1, reflect that Commissioner Rippon has reappointed Toby L. McCullough to the 3rd District Judicial Nominating Commission for a term beginning March 7th, 2022 and ending March 2nd, 2026.
Mr. McCullough has served before and did very well. He's a past principal at Rossville High School, and I think he's just a good fit for this board. So I would move that we approve his nomination.
Okay, I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item G2, reflect that Commissioner Mays has reappointed W. Eric Stafford to the 3rd Judicial Nominating Commission for a term beginning March 7th, 2022 and ending March 2nd, 2026.
Eric, by all accounts, has done a good job on the nominating commission, so I'm looking to reappoint him, and I would move to, well, I don't need, do we need to make a motion on these? Or, yeah, I'll move to
Yes.
approve.
I think
Yeah.
we do.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
This is an opportunity for anyone from the general public or any department heads that wish to address the commission. Is there anyone wishing to address the commission? Bill Sutton.
Morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Today is the end of the month, which means this Saturday will be our first Saturday out there at HHW for our Saturday collection event. So if people cannot make it out throughout the week, which will open 5 days a week, they can bring their household hazardous waste out this Saturday, February 5th from 9 until noon and get rid of it. So any household hazardous waste or electronic waste, come on out. 131 Northeast 46th Street. For more information, please call 286-4381. All right, thanks.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none. Commissioner Cook,
I don't have anything additional.
Commissioner Rippon.
Another weekend of football. Unfortunately, the Chiefs have packed it up and gone home. So when you're out of it, you're out of it.
Yeah. All right. Next, I don't have anything either, so next item, please.
Item 6, Executive Session.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so without any other business, we are adjourned.
Sure.